Manscaped.
Makes sense.
It makes perfect sense because when I think of like, just being out there, right? Mountaineers. Got the bush. So you got to trim that thing up a little bit. But more importantly, if you happen to be, a local cat, you want to look cool and smooth, you might want to make sure that thing's trimmed up, or if not trimmed up here, trimmed up below the waist, because we know that Manscaped are the leaders in below the waistline grooming. And like I said, appearances matter. You want to make sure that you keep that grass low. And the best way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is with the Lawnmower 4.0. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You know what it has done for me and Deke. It makes us feel like rock stars when we walk around. People are calling us legends now solely because we use the Manscaped products,
we even heard the word GOAT being thrown around too.
It's that simple, man. And we didn't even talk about the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. We didn't even get to the body wash. That's just the reality of it. That's everything that Manscaped is offering to you. And might I add, they do actually have nice shirts and comfy undies to wear too, man. I tell you, man, it makes you feel real nice and complete, baby.
I use the deodorant. They also got the body spray.
Come on now.
What don't they have?
What don't they have? It's literally a be the man wherever you are survival kit. You know what I mean? That's what you need. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but that's what you want to get. So whether it is for you, or say you're a lady and you want to get it for your significant other, or you got a friend out there that might need a little help, this is where you want to go. But the biggest thing that you need to do is this. You need to use that promo code, baby. And that promo code is MOATS. MOATS. Get you 20% off plus free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So trust me on this, man. When I tell you it will change your life and your delicate twins will thank you, listen to me because I'm an expert. We did have the XFL recently release the names of the new head coaches for their, year hiatus rebound. We obviously know that The Rock is a part of the ownership group, along with, drawing a blank on the lady's name. I do want to give her credit because she is the first women's league owner, if I remember correctly. I think that's how you're supposed to say this. So let me make sure I get her right. I do not want to butcher that. All right. Where are you, lady?
You know what she did?
Do I know what she did?
Yeah, like how she got her money.
I do not know off the top of my head, but I'm trying to see. Did I delete it? I might have deleted this joint, bro. Oh, man, I think I might have.
Hold on.
You got us?
I got it.
You got it? All right,
Danny Garcia.
That's it. Yes. Danny Garcia. Absolutely. So it's her and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, that guy. Obviously, they were on SportsCenter. I believe it was Monday. Talking about the announcement of the XFL, the new wave of it, and some of these new coaches' names. So just to give you the full list of the names, you have Reggie Barlow. He's one of the coaches. They haven't said the teams yet either, okay? But they do have a who's who of list, man, between former players, former coaches. It's tight. So you got Reggie Barlow. He's on the list. Anthony Beck, he's on the list. All right. Both of these guys NFL experience. One guy, in terms of Reggie, Super Bowl champion. Anthony Beck, former offensive coordinator and things like that. And he was, I think it was the number 27th overall selection. He was one of them. It was like late 20s to the Jets when he came out. Got Terrell Buckley is also going to be a coach. We know he is Super Bowl champ. I remember him more so playing with the Broncos and stuff, but he spent time with the Dolphins, Patriots, both New York teams. Got Jim Haslett. Okay, he's going to be in this thing as well. Wade Phillips is the head coach in this league. Bob Stoops, the former OU coach. Yes, indeed, he is in it. And then we got two of Pittsburgh's very own, Hines Ward and Rod Woodson, as coaches in this league as well. And for those that didn't know, Hines Ward, obviously he spent time with the Jets as an assistant down there, or with them. And then this past year, he was with Florida Atlantic as their receivers coach. Rod Woodson, obviously, Rod is Hall of Fame, all that good stuff. But he was on, I want to say, the Raiders staff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
he was
I'm
on
looking right here saying
recently.
Late 2010s.
Yeah.
Was he on the Bengals staff? I saw that in some article too.
To an extent, yes. So, but with that though, nonetheless, man, thoughts on the names? For me personally, I like the approach that they're taking with bringing in marquee coach names or names that just move the needle, because you do know, in the sense of Bob Stoops, for example.
Bob Stoops and Phillips stick out.
Those names are like, okay, man, I want to see what they could do. But then when you talk about the Pittsburgh connection with Hines and Rod, that does intrigue me a lot. That does make me feel like, you know what, I'm interested to see how this thing works out for those guys, because I remember when Hines first wanted to start coaching, he started out doing the internship program in Pittsburgh with us while I was still playing, and we ended up not keeping him, and he went to the Jets. And I remember it was kind of like that weird vibe in the sense of, well, why y'all didn't want to keep him? You know what I mean? But to me, it'd be interesting to see now, like, how he looks as a coach, a head coach as well. And I also think in terms of the full scope, right? When we talk about the Rooney Rule and stuff, right? And we always just like, man, how do we get more minorities involved? How do we get those guys opportunities to be head coaches? Well, a lot of them have never had the opportunity to run their own program, collegiately or professionally. Whereas this is going to give at least Rod Woodson and Hines Ward a chance to show that, hey, they can run a program. They can be a head guy, and that could potentially help them when they're trying to cross back over into the NFL. So I do kind of like that angle also.
That's what I thought too. I think it's a pretty cool opportunity. I know Hines Ward seems like he's trying to really take coaching seriously.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Assistant coach with the Jets, obviously. Now went to receivers coach down at Florida Atlantic. Where else is he getting this type of opportunity in the NFL right now to actually be a head coach? Now, I don't know what the ladder is for that. Is head coach XFL to offensive coordinator in the NFL? Is that like kind of the jumping stone, and then offensive coordinator to head coach?
I mean, depending on how it looks, right? If his offense looks high powered or it's moving the ball consistently, then
he might be a defensive guy. Actually.
Yeah, you never know, right? Oh, you silly.
That's how physical he was, jacking people up.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at Rod Woodson. I didn't think he was into coaching like that, or even wanted to coach.
I had no clue about that, man.
I feel like he's been doing more media stuff recently, if anything. But yeah, to have two Steeler legends as head coaches in the XFL, nothing wrong with that.
Man. I remember when Wade was the head coach down in Dallas, man. And then obviously he won the Super Bowl with the Broncos as their DC, spent time with the Rams as well. So it's like you see his stamp on, you know, the league and what he's been able to do. Terrell Buckley's another guy, like I said, just for me, like I didn't know he was into coaching like that. I just remember growing up like watching him play, and it was fun, but I'd never thought of him in the coaching vein. So this is cool though to see, you know, him getting that opportunity as well, man.
So how do you think they went about this? They handpicked, or they had people apply?
Probably a bit of both. I'm sure that they had their list of guys they wanted to call, but then at the same time, I'm sure there's plenty of people that were saying, hey, I want to be a part of it. Let me get an opportunity, because this league is different than the USFL, because they are partnered with the Alumni Academy, the NFL Alumni Academy exclusively. So they are angling to be a feeder program to the
Minor
NFL.
Leagues.
That's the angle that they're going for. So every player that they're going to have on rosters this offseason, they say, yeah, you're not playing games, but we're going to be developing you. And the NFL Academy, they do work with players, active players that just aren't on rosters. They allow you to go and train with them and stuff like that, nutrition, everything, to just make sure you're geared up and ready to go whenever you get that call. So they're going to take that same approach and say, well, hey, look, man, if y'all aren't playing anywhere, y'all come and work out with us. NFL Academy, get you right, and that'll guarantee you a spot on next year's roster for the 2023 year when the season actually starts playing games for the XFL. And they were saying that essentially they're going to use this as an alternative for guys that, you know, can't get on the practice squad, but they don't want to go to Canada. They don't want to play in maybe a fan league or a USFL. They come here. So I like that approach a lot, because that's drastically different than any of these other leagues that we've talked about in this past couple of years that have popped up in the springtime.
Could it play out to where the Steelers might have like 4 guys in the league, 4 different teams, maybe 2 of them's on one team or something like that? Like we have their rights and they're playing. That would make it interesting.
I'd have to look into it a little bit.
That's the frustrating thing about the USFL is like we have no ties to the Steelers or anything. Whereas like, oh, if we had some players. It's man, like one dude goes off for 100 yards.
That's their G League. Yeah.
One dude goes off for 100 yards. Oh man, the Steelers have his rights. Like, what could he do for us? Maybe this preseason. Like that'd be cool.
But I think that could potentially be the case. Like I said, they haven't went that far. At least I haven't seen the details of that. But them partnering with the NFL Academy is huge, man. Like that part definitely gives you that angle, because you're talking directly to a pool of players that are transitioning or trying to get on somewhere. You know what I mean? So you have that part. And I do like the fact that it's going to be still in the spring. If I remember correctly, they're still going to be playing their game springtime. So that could very well be a situation like that. But we'll see when more details come out. Like I said, they just announced these head coaches.
Because wouldn't that be cool if they did it after the draft?
Yeah.
And we had some undrafted guys that we signed, and then we put them in this league.
Send them to this team.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. That would be dope. I would like that a lot, man.
Yeah, I think if they could somehow figure that out, I would actually be interested in that then. I would actually watch. Like if there was a couple Steeler players or like some guys that we thought, oh man, he's got potential. Let's see what he does. And we see them going off in the spring weekends. I mean, it's something good for us to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
That'd be interesting.
Absolutely. So we'll see how that thing plays out, man. But it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, because they literally just announced this, man. But shout out to, Hines and Rod Woodson, man, getting this opportunity, man. And like I said, man, we'll see how successful this thing turns out for them.